Because this is the perfect yarn for this.
Yeah, I think it would be.
This is very strong for one thing. It's very smooth. It's going to show up the,
and it's got that
changes. It's got the shininess.
Yeah. And you could use just a regular cotton.
This would go well with it. This is a matte finish. It's a little bit finer, but probably has a little bit of a texture to it.
And how would we add that? Like every other one, or
this would be the left.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And then as far as doing a stripe, is that two-way?
Well, I think you wanted to keep it.
Well, we could add a stripe too. I could go with
because I don't know
blue.
if that white is enough, is it?
That would be safer if you had a stripe.
Then we would know
Then
we
you
had
might,
enough of this.
yeah, because it might end up like a scarf.
Now the thing is, if we have a stripe, we have to do the designing before we measure the warp, because we have to know how many ends for the stripe and where they're going to be placed.
Yeah.
That's nice too.
Yeah, I like that color.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Gives it life.
It goes with everything.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
So are we? Then this is going to be the warp. All these three, and then that white one down there.
It could be used for. By the time you're weaving your weft, you can choose anything you want.
Right. Okay.
Bring your own.
But not that for the warp.
And this is a nice color.
So do you know what all these are? This is cotton?
Yeah. This is cotton.
And that is?
This is Mercerized cotton.
Okay.
Nice.
Is it going to be?
It is close enough in weight. It might not be exactly.
But that's will do.
It will do. They'll both do nicely at 24 inches.
I wouldn't. I think one color is enough. If we get too many colors, we might get confused as to
Well,
what's
so you
blocks,
got to make a vote.
But to see the blocks, it would be nice to have, in my own brain.
Yes, I agree. I agree. These two colors for me.
Yeah, Ellen was saying for beginners it's confusing.
It will confuse, but I think it's a simple enough design.
But two colors.
Yeah, I think that, and it does give it a lot more character. And
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I
if you're
see
going to
the
do
cloth?
something, what color we're not
that's a good idea.
quite.
all right, now.
Anyway,
Can we borrow this?
Yeah, no.
Let me get as smart as you are.
Yeah.
no.
The next thing is, how do we want the blocks to fall? How much do we want in the central area?
And this is kind of a twill, and is it a reverse twill? What would you call that all?
One is a warp face twill, the other is a weft face twill.
Oh, I see. Of course,
measuring,
yes. Warp face and weft face.
In this one, the central area, it's in between the
Blue?
colored area is
8.5, almost
but
9.
probably it was 9 when it was on the loom,
Yeah.
because there was going to be take up and shrinkage. So 9 inches.
On 4 shafts, double D. On 4 shafts.
And then here's the colored area. I'm just doing this to make it be the same on either side. It's not necessarily going to be the proportions, but here's the colored area. On this one is,
4 centimeters.
well,
4.5.
4.5.
Do you want to do it with
Did you do inches on one side, now you're doing centimeters on the other?
Oh, was that centimeters? That wasn't centimeters.
Oh,
Was it?
we want to do inches.
Okay.
Everything is,
Okay.
grids per.
So
That would probably have been 2 inches? No.
No, not that much shrinkage for that one. I'd say make it
1
1 3/4
3/4
for now. And so do you understand that so far? We're not even doing the blocks. We're just doing the colors.
colors? Yeah.
And then here, it's almost the same. So I would guess 1 3/4, except for at the edges, you get more of your take-in on a block. So I would say that block would have been 2 inches. And this is just colors now.
Right.
2 inches. So we could go ahead and make up the warp just knowing that at this point.
And we have how
Then
many
we can design in the blocks.
ends per inch did you say we were doing?
24.
24.
And the full width in the reed is 18 inches.
Right.
And times 24 EPI will give us a total. But the thing is, some of the total is green and some of the total is
Do I
white.
put green here?
Okay. I can even, if you want, do this
Well,
that way.
you know how many ends per inch, so you can
Yes.
just add
Yeah,
1 3/4,
yeah.
like that's 24 plus what 18, or no, that's
24, divide 3/4 by, or divide
4 into 20. 4 into 24 is
or
6.
multiply by
6.
1.75.
Yeah, so add
So
6.
6.
It's 30.
Okay,
30 ends. Yeah.
30. And then you have to decide, the blocks are multiples of 4.
Multiples of
Okay, so one block is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, right, yes, threads, yeah. So 32 would be more.
Yes. So
How
we'll
did
make
you
it
get the
32.
blocks being
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 threads per
Okay,
block.
so this is a time
Or
to
from-
show what the blocks are.
But
Block,
yeah, I don't understand.
block
how-
A. Should I write it out or should I do it in the
Or just write it. For now.
block A is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Oh, the treadling is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're talking about.
4. Threading.
And threading.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, how many times you do that?
For however many ends you have. And block B
Is 5, 6,
is 5, 6,
7,
7,
8.
8. So you would thread each thread for block B 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 times. 8 times?
Depends.
You need to have at least 8 for one repeat, but then you can do multiples of 4. 1, 2, 3,
Okay,
4.
say that
1, 2,
again.
3. You need to have at least 8,
8.
or it doesn't really show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you could have 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, as long as it's a
many
multiple
times.
as 4. So if
So on,
This is because we're using an 8 harness loom, right?
yes,
for instance, here you've got a certain number
Yeah, the 4
And then
harness
you've got the
loom, there
same
wouldn't
block
be a
here,
5,
but
6,
you've got a
7, 8.
different
I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
of repeats.
Yeah.
Light went on.
So in this case here, for
Oh.
block A, you're going to have 9 inches worth of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here,
Oh,
you
you're not-
have 2 inches worth of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right.
Here it's block B, and you're going to have
I see.
1 3/4 inches worth of
5,
5,
6,
6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, there you go.
Now, if we also decide to add in another block but not have a color change,
Right.
it's going to be the same thing. You're going to thread, you're going to,
Yeah.
Where would you add it? Okay,
This.
in there.
yeah,
Can I
5,
take
6, 7,
this
8.
over here?
yeah. So in
I haven't done this.
this area, this just is more graphic. That's why I'm trying to get over. See, this, you could have this just as one block here,
Yes.
but it's more interesting
I see.
if you do
Even though
this.
we haven't changed
Yes,
colors.
yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Now, I would say we could have this kind of motif in the center, but not do the different blocks on these
Yeah.
two, because the color is what's going to give the interest.
Right.
You don't need to have
You don't need
the
much
blocks.
there.
Yeah.
No. Right.
And so then you get the idea of, in here, you can see how the block affects your design.
Mm-hmm.
Out here, it's going to be the color affecting your design.
Although it will be a different block than
Yes. Yeah.
some of what's
Yeah.
in there.
Okay.
And then that makes it less complicated for threading.
Now earlier you said something about warp face and west face. Is this all gonna be the same? Is this all gonna be balanced, or is it gonna turn out to be warp face and west face because of the pattern?
The blocks are what create whether or not it's work face
Oh,
or
I
weft face.
see, okay.
Whenever you have block A and you do a certain treadling, it's going to be work face on block A, but block B will be weft face.
I see.
Then when you change your treading so that
thought
it's
of that.
weft face on block B, the other block will be the opposite.
And if you looked at the
Yeah.
back of the
So that-
Yeah, you
pattern,
see on
it's
the
going to
back,
be
it's
opposite.
It's
Reverse
reversed.
of what, yeah,
I
yeah.
never thought of that, but yeah.
Is this new to you too, Lise?
Oh, I
Wow.
I've always learned, but it's not quite summer winter. But
It's not summer winter. It's just a work face weft face twill, but it's a similar block concept. It's a
Yes.
different threading. It's an easier threading. And on this side, it's sort of easier to see where this mistake is that I made.
where is it? Where is it?
And this shows the difference too in your blocks depending on the side.
No, that's really neat.
I'd probably cut something like that up into eyeglass cases and you'd never know that this should have been a different side.
Probably. But
Cut it
on the
in
other
half.
hand, it makes a nice little sample for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, you put it on a table. I love samples that are useful.
I put